Our old town in Florida was a perfect place to enjoy the beauty of the beaches, particularly during the serene sunset hours when there were fewer people. My two sisters and I often visited the beach during this time. We would engage in various activities, from playing volleyball to wading in the water or simply basking in the sand. On this particular evening, my youngest sister, Ksenia, who was 13 years old, had a strong urge to go into the water. With me as her older brother and unofficial supervisor, I set a rule. She had 10 minutes to enjoy the water. She eagerly sprinted into the sea, and after watching her for about a minute, I briefly glanced at my phone. My other sister, who was 16, expressed her desire to play volleyball, and I agreed. We found a volleyball net with a rather deflated volleyball, but made do with what we had. While absorbed in the game, I lost sight of Ksenia. As the sun set and darkness slowly descended, I scanned the water in every direction, but Ksenia was nowhere to be seen. Panic began to set in as I sprinted into the water, then swam, desperately trying to locate her. She remained elusive in the darkening ocean. In the distance, I spotted a large, luxurious boat. Determination overtook me as I swam towards it. It took a couple of minutes, but I managed to climb onto the bow of the boat using a small ladder. Below deck, I could hear laughter. Lights illuminated the area, and with hope, I called out for help. Silence enveloped the cabin until Ksenia's voice rang out from below. She called my name. I rushed down the stairs and found her sitting on a bed, holding a Coke in her hands. In the cabin, there were two grown men seated opposite each other, looking at me with unsettling smiles. Fear washed over me as I scooped Ksenia into my arms. One of the men made a comment about my nice sister, while the other picked up on my suspicion and claimed they were merely offering her a ride and some snacks because she had appeared alone in the water. I remained silent, unable to find words, and when one of them suggested a ride back to shore, I still didn't respond. Without wasting another moment, I told Ksenia to swim back with me to the beach. We reached the shore in a matter of minutes, but the boat had already disappeared into the horizon. Safely back home, I informed my dad of the situation, seeking his guidance. My father was understandably upset with me for not gathering more information about the boat or the men's faces, and he was right. As a consequence, he disciplined Ksenia and imposed a rule preventing her from going to the beach beyond sunrise. We couldn't forget that eerie encounter at the beach, and the safety of our family remained a top priority. My girlfriend and I frequently visited our beach house in Florida during the colder months to escape the chilly weather up north. In early February, we made the long drive to our beach house, which had been left open with utilities running due to our frequent visits during the winter season. Upon arrival, we were exhausted and decided to unpack quickly, grab a couple of lounge chairs, and head to the beach. We didn't even bother exploring the house further, opting for a quick nap on the beach instead. As the sun set, my girlfriend and I enjoyed a relaxing time on the beach. However, as it grew darker, she nudged me and pointed towards the house, asking if I had left one of the upstairs lights on. My gaze turned to the house, where I noticed a light on in one of the upstairs rooms. To our shock, we also saw a shadowy figure outlined behind partially open curtains. Suspicion gnawed at us. Someone was in that room, looking out the window. I instructed my girlfriend to stay put on the beach while I cautiously approached the house. Carefully, I slid open the back door, attempting to be as quiet as possible. Barefoot, I tiptoed into the house and ascended the stairs, feeling a sense of urgency. I heard a door shutting upstairs, which only heightened my unease. Following the sounds, I made my way up the stairs, ultimately reaching the room with the illuminated light. I kept the room's light switched off and used my flashlight to illuminate the area. My attention shifted to the closet door. It had been shut, and I suspected it was the one I heard closing. Nervously, I approached it, my ear pressed to the door, straining to hear any signs of movement or breathing. Silence greeted me. With a deep breath, I flung the closet doors open with anticipation, but the space was vacant, or at least shrouded in darkness. I quickly retrieved my flashlight and used its beam to examine the empty closet. Just as I began to believe that the intruder had escaped, I heard a creaking noise emanating from the floorboards just outside the room. I bolted from the closet, expecting to confront the intruder, but the hallway was empty. The tension remained palpable as I searched for the source of the noise. My girlfriend had entered the house despite my instructions to stay on the beach. Frustration overcame me, and I chastised her for not following my directions. In her presence, we decided to search the entire house together. Room by room, closet by closet, we meticulously combed through the entire house. Our thorough search yielded no sign of an intruder, and we couldn't locate any evidence of a break-in or missing belongings. Puzzled and drained, we locked all the doors and windows, then retired to bed for the night. However, sleep remained elusive. In the dead of night, a distinct clicking sound echoed from beneath our bed. I asked my girlfriend if she heard it too, and she confirmed my suspicion. Carefully, I knelt down and peered under the bed, where I made direct eye contact with the intruder. He crawled out from under the bed and déched toward the front door. Barefoot and unprepared, I couldn't catch him as he disappeared into the night. We conducted another thorough search but found nothing stolen or missing from the house. The means by which the intruder entered the house remained a mystery. Rather than contacting the police, we chose to put the incident behind us and focus on enjoying the remainder of our vacation. Despite the unsettling experience,